Usually, when it comes to football, we first think of the strikers who regularly score goals and whose stats are of great interest to the whole football world. Then, all the other outfield players come to mind. And the least mentioned are goalkeepers, which is a rather unfair fact in relation to this position. If it wasn't for the hard work of goalkeepers, how many successful teams would not be where they are today? Sometimes a goalkeeper single-handedly saves an entire game and leads a team to victory. And with that in mind, we want to tell you about the best football goalkeepers. So here are the top 10 goalkeepers in the history of football. Don't forget to subscribe, like and leave a forward comment. And here we go. 10th place, Gordon Banks. Gordon Banks is the only Englishman in our top list. Surely not many viewers of this video saw Banks playing, as his career ended back in the 70s. And remarkably, he was involved in a car accident in 1972, during which he lost his right eye. But that did not prevent him from playing football for a few more seasons.
He was a no-nonsense man, and he was about getting the job done, and he was very humble, clearly.
Gordon Banks is a true legend of English football and a legend among goalkeepers. In 1966, as part of the England team, Gordon won the World Cup, playing a major role in winning the trophy. He was voted by prestigious publications such as IFFHS and France Football as the second goalkeeper of the 20th century. And his save after Pelé's shot is still regarded as one of the greatest in football history. With his incredible career and fortitude, Gordon Banks certainly deserves to be in the list. 9th place, Edwin van der Sar. Edwin van der Sar is a name familiar not only to every Dutchman, but probably to anyone who follows football, since Edwin is a true football legend. He started his career at Ajax in Amsterdam, where he played 9 years. Then he played for Juventus and Fulham, before moving to Manchester United in 2005. Van der Sar was the key goalkeeper and team captain for 13 years. He twice won Euro bronze, first back in 2000 and then in 2004. Also, Edwin van der Sar is the only goalkeeper to win the Champions League with 2 different clubs, first with Ajax and then with Manchester United. The Dutchman has twice been named Europe's best goalkeeper and 4 times the best player in the Netherlands. And for many fans, he remains the best player and goalkeeper in history. All this has allowed Edwin van der Sar to secure his name forever in the list of the best goalkeepers in history. 8th place, Peter Schmeichel. Peter Schmeichel is a genuine Danish football legend, and he's also the father of Kasper Schmeichel, who's also a very famous goalkeeper. Peter has played a number of seasons in the Danish teams, but it was his performance for Manchester United that really put his name on the top. He spent 8 years with the Red Devils and managed to win a huge number of trophies during that time. Schmeichel has won 5 English Premier League titles, 3 FA Cups, 4 Super Cups and a Champions League trophy. On top of that, Schmeichel is European champion with Denmark. All these honours have earned the goalkeeper plenty of individual awards. He's won Denmark's Best Goalkeeper Award 4 times and Best European Goalkeeper Award 4 times. And that's just a small part of all of his individual achievements. Thanks to his hugely successful game, Peter Schmeichel is sure to be mentioned when it comes to the best goalkeepers in history. 7th place, Oliver Kahn. I've only been afraid of 2 things in my life: the war and Oliver Kahn. Oliver Rolf Kahn is a very well-known figure around the world, a true legend of German football. Oliver has spent his whole club career in Germany and managed to win an incredible number of trophies during that time. 8 times champion of Bundesliga, 6 times winner of the German Cup, won the UEFA Cup and the UEFA Champions League. His national team career was no less successful. He was silver and bronze medalist of the World Cup, one of which he became the best player of the tournament. Oliver also won the European title in 1996. Kahn's individual awards can be listed for a very long time, so let's talk about the main ones. The German has been the Bundesliga Goalkeeper of the Year 7 times, the world's best goalkeeper 3 times, and the Champions League best goalkeeper 4 times. And also German Footballer of the Year. The incredible number of awards in Oliver Kahn's account earned him the 7th place in our top ranking. 6th place, Petr Cech. Petr Cech is a footballer everyone recognises from a photo that features just the top of his head. That's because Petr Cech suffered a terrible injury in a collision with Stephen Hunt at the beginning of a match against Reading. After the hospitalisation, it was found out that the goalkeeper had a severe concussion and a depressed skull fracture. That incident could have put an end to Cech's career, but he returned to football and since then he has only been playing in a protective helmet. What is more remarkable is that the injury did not prevent Cech from showing a great game and reaching a huge number of trophies throughout his career. Peter spent most of his career at Chelsea and Arsenal, where he achieved just about everything. He won the English Premier League title 4 times, the FA Cup 4 times, and once won the Champions League and the Europa League. Cech did not have much luck with the national team, but still managed to become the European champion among juniors and bronze medalist of the Euro among adults. Peter won Czech Republic's Footballer of the Year award for 9 times, European Goalkeeper of the Year twice, and a whole lot more. It was a real pleasure to watch him play, and we just want to thank him for his legendary career. 5th place, Manuel Neuer. Manuel Neuer is one of 2 current players in our top flight. Manuel Neuer is a true icon for rising goalkeepers. The second German footballer of our top after Oliver Kahn. They are similar in some ways since they both spent their entire career for German clubs. And although the career of Manuel is not over, he's likely to stay in Germany until the end. Neuer's accomplishments are incredible, and despite the injury that's caused him to miss the rest of this season, he still has at least a couple of years to win trophies, even though he already has a lot. To be more specific, Neuer is 10 times Bundesliga champion, 5 times German Cup winner, twice winner of the Champions League, and also 2-time UEFA Super Cup winner. As for the German's personal achievements, it would take a whole video to list them all. Be sure to write in the comments if you want a separate video about Manuel Neuer, or any other goalkeeper from this video. But it's still worth mentioning the basics. Neuer was 5 times best goalkeeper in Europe, and 5 times best goalkeeper in the world. Thanks to such amazing achievements, therefore Manuel Neuer is rightfully named one of the best goalkeepers not only of today, but of all time. 4th place, Dino Zoff. Dino Zoff is an Italian football patriot to the core. He spent his entire career in Italy, playing a huge number of games for clubs like Juventus, Napoli, Udinese and Mantova. During that time he won the Italian League title 6 times, 2 Italian Cups and once the UEFA Cup. Yes, it's not such an abundant list as our previous heroes, but still, apart from his talent, he has another ace in the hole, very serious trump up his sleeve: his trophies with the national team. With the Squadra Azzurra, he twice reached the World Cup final, one of which they won. Moreover, he won the 1968 Euro. In 2003, he was voted Italy's best footballer of 50 years. And due to all these achievements, he finally was voted 3rd goalkeeper of the 20th century, and the 4th goalkeeper on our list. 3rd place, Gianluigi Buffon. As time passed, the great Italian Dino Zoff was replaced by Italian Gianluigi Buffon, who became a legendary figure of modern football. Gianluigi Buffon, just like Neuer, deserves a separate video to elaborate on his entire journey. But even without that, anyone who understands football even a little bit knows how much weight the GG figure carries. The zeal with which Buffon treats himself throughout his career is mind-boggling. And even now, despite being 45 years old, he's still playing. And his entire career is a true story to cherish for years to come. I came home and told my wife, today we got a guy who will play in Serie A and in the national team when he turns 20. With Juventus, Buffon has won everything but the Champions League, which will remain a dream for him. Nevertheless, Buffon has 10 Serie A titles, 5 Italian Cups and 6 Super Cups. All this would not have been possible for Juventus without Buffon himself, because in fact he's played a key role in winning these trophies. But perhaps his most important trophy was the Mondial Cup, which he won with Italy in the summer of 2006. Buffon was named goalkeeper of the tournament. On top of that, he has an astonishing number of personal achievements, the most important of which were 5 World's Best Goalkeeper titles, and the title of Best Goalkeeper in the 21st century. The toughness of the career of this simple Italian lad is mind-boggling. 2nd place, Iker Casillas. Iker Casillas is not only a legend of Real Madrid, but of all Spanish football. During his career, he's won every possible title with the Royal Club, which he truly belonged to as he was also a pupil of the club. During all these years, Casillas won 5 La Liga titles, 2 Spanish Cups and 3 Champions League titles. And those are just the main achievements. After giving everything he could to Real, Iker moved to Porto, with which he managed to get all the possible Portuguese trophies in 5 years. Casillas' career in the national team turned out to be no less legendary than that at Real Madrid. He has 2 Euro trophies, and most importantly the 2010 FIFA World Cup trophy, where he was named Best Goalkeeper. Casillas has also been named Player of the Year 5 times, and member of the UEFA Symbolic Team 6 times. Thanks to his achievements, his hard work and his amazing play, Iker Casillas is rightly second in the list of greatest goalkeepers in history. And now, we move on to the first place. First place, Lev Yashin. Many of you have probably guessed by now who is going to come out on top. And you're right, it's Lev Yashin. Despite the fact that some people advocate to stop considering Lev Yashin as the best goalkeeper in history, the fact that Lev is the only goalkeeper to win the Golden Ball completely destroys this opinion, and therefore he is rightly ranked number 1. When I played, I had great respect for Lev Yashin. I admired him. Lev Yashin spent his entire career with only one club, namely Dynamo Moscow. At a certain period of his career, in addition to football, he was also a hockey goalkeeper, and even managed to win the USSR Cup in this sport. After the first World Cup, Lev Yashin made a huge impression on the world community. He was one of the first goalkeeper to come off the gate and play throughout the penalty area. He also distinguished himself for his ability to launch attacks and guide defenders. At the time, it was something unbelievable. With Dynamo, he became a 5-time champion of the USSR and 3-time winner of the USSR Cup. With the national team, he became an Olympic champion and a European champion. Lev Yashin is still recognized by many respected media as the best goalkeeper in history. He's also on the list of the best players of the 20th century, and all his achievements and incredible level of play earned him first place in the list of the best goalkeepers in history. I will never forget my friendship with the great goalkeeper Lev Yashin. Over the years, I'm more and more convinced that in many ways he made me the footballer I was. After all, when you score against the best goalkeeper in the history of football, it's memorable for life. There you have it, the best goalkeepers in history. And we hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Maybe you'd like to add someone else to the list. Be sure to mention him in the comments.